Hello, my friends. I saw the Canelo undercard, and they showed this kid. His name is Vergil Ortiz Jr. This kid is a monster. I have not seen that ferocity and that type of skill and power in a 147-pound fighter. Um, I'm trying to think who delivered that kind of power with that explosiveness, speed, and skill um, in the last 20 years. The only one I can think about was Roberto Mano de Piedra Duran. Roberto Duran. He had that explosiveness and that ferocity and that power, and he carried it up to 147. Um, and past that, he went up to 154 or 160 with that type of power and skill and ferocity. If you don't believe me, ask Moore. I think he fought at 154 against Moore, and he fucked him up. He mauled Moore, mauled him. And Moore was no chump. Moore was a monster. So this kid took Mauricio Herrera, who, of course, I gotta hand it to Mauricio Herrera. He was a great technician for a long time, but he's way past his, not super way past his prime, but he's downhill, but he still has skills. He's still got a lot of defensive skills. Um, by the way, he came to Puerto Rico, Mauricio Herrera, and he fought Danny Garcia, and he handed Danny Garcia his ass on a platter. He took him to school and in Puerto Rico, and beat Danny Garcia. He beat Danny Garcia, Mauricio Herrera. They gave the fight to Danny Garcia because he was the hometown favorite and he was a champion, and Mauricio Herrera was nobody. And you know how it is. Unfortunately, corruption still exists in in boxing. So it was a gift. They stole the championship from Mauricio Herrera. I'm Puerto Rican and I support Danny Garcia, but I support the truth more than I support anybody. So, having said that, Mauricio Herrera was on his way down, way out. He's past his prime. But this kid, Vergil Ortiz Jr., he he showed the poise. He showed angles. He showed. I did not see any 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 flaws in his game. Defensively, I did not see. I didn't see any mistakes in this kid. Mauricio kept hitting him on the gut to see if he could open up for the top, but there was, the kid's got solid defense and his offense is impeccable. Um, he has an arsenal where he can deliver shots from weird, awkward angles, and he can punch between punches, and he can punch with the other guy in between the defense and in between the transition. And with power, I haven't seen that in a long time. Like I said, the only one that comes to mind is Duran. Um, I'm trying to think who else can punch like that with that skill, with those combinations, with cross hooks that are half a hook and half an upper. I mean, I don't know. Setting traps, um, trapping the guy who's not even in the not there. He's not the trapping people not just against the ropes, but before they get to the rope, uh, with the threat of violence. So, and delivering it with that type of power, explosiveness, and ferocity. 147 watch out, man. This kid is a terror, and he is on the. You know who? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think as far as style, not power, because um, Robert Robert Garcia, when he was a fighter, he had that style and that ferocity. He just didn't have the power, but he had the angles and the ferocity and the speed, and the balls, and the fighting IQ. Yeah, Robert. So I saw a lot of Roberts. If you haven't seen Robert Garcia fight, go and look Google Robert Garcia fight. And he was, this stuff that Lomachenko does with the angles and stuff like that. Robert Garcia was doing that way before Lomachenko. Yeah, I think that he was at a lower weight, but I think I see a lot of Robert Garcia's style as far as the ferocity, the repertoire of weapons that he uses, and he displays the ferocity, the ring IQ, the angles. Yeah, I saw that on this kid. So and Robert Garcia is training him. So obviously he's passing on his style to this kid. Mikey Garcia doesn't use all the repertoire that his brother had. I'm sure he has it. He's just a different style fighter. Mikey Garcia is more of an in-between puncher with power. And very high ring IQ and tremendous heart. And he can stay poised. Begin getting killed. He sits poised. So back to Vergil Ortiz Jr. Who's in that division? Oh well, Keith Thurman is in that division. Danny Garcia is in that division. Sean Porter's in that division. Manny Pacquiao is still in the fight and still kicking ass. And then you got the two monsters in the division of the 147, which are Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. You got Kell Brook up there still. They're still up there. Kell Brook gave Errol Spence Jr. his toughest fight. You got a bunch of people in that division who are just. You got Panterita, the Mexican kid who mauled Guerrero. Panterita Hernandez, I forget. Panterita. Look him up. So that division is stacked. It is quite the division. I think this kid is the next superstar of the 147-pound division, Vergil Ortiz Jr. This kid is the real deal. Like I said, pay attention, Vergil Ortiz Jr. This kid's coming for people's heads. And, I would love to see this kid fight Errol Spence Jr. I think it will be a tremendous fight. He's too young. Bullshit. Fuck that shit. And when Wilfred Benitez, when he won the title, and he was 17 years old, he was a phenom, Wilfred Benitez. But when he stood in there with Kid Pambele and a grown ass man who was a monster, fucking mauler, skills and horrendous, fucking power in both hands. He stood in there and came on, man. Vergil Ortiz Jr., baby, all the way.